a Wednesday morning because it feels like it's a Tuesday. We're already halfway through the work week. I like that. Luke Bryan at Kicks Country 92.9, number one for New Country. Good morning, I'm Todd Matthews, 9:30, and it's at this time on Wednesdays we proudly present Ask the Lawyer with Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured, seeing if we can answer questions about the law, largely submitted by you, and I'll tell you in a moment how to submit a question for future consideration. But first, would you please help me welcome Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, Todd, and Happy New Year to you and all our listeners.
Yes, and Happy New Year to you and the Scheiner family and everybody at the office as well. We really appreciate you spending yet another year helping us understand the law better.
It's my pleasure, Todd.
And I want everybody to know, too, that you are in travel mode. You don't have to tell us where you went or anything like that, but I know you're traveling right now. But in the middle of your busy travel schedule, you're stopping to take a little time and help us understand something. I appreciate that.
Yeah, this is very important to me.
Good. And I think you'll agree today's question requires your special expertise, as you're known as the biker's lawyer for good reason. I think you'll be able to give a unique perspective here. Are you ready?
I'm ready, Todd.
All right. Today's question reads as follows. My brother-in-law was riding his motorcycle home from work on New Year's Eve when he was struck by a drunk driver who ran a stop sign. He has just been released from intensive care and will need multiple surgeries. The driver was arrested and charged with drunk driving. The driver only has minimum insurance, which won't begin to cover his medical expenses. A news story in the paper indicated the driver had been flagged for drunkenness several times by the bartender at a local bar. However, the same bartender still served him multiple margaritas on New Year's Eve, according to one patron. That patron said he tried to get the driver's keys less than an hour before he struck my brother-in-law. Can you ask your lawyer friend if anything can be done to help my brother-in-law? Boy, that is a tragic situation and an awful way to start the new year. Thankfully, he's out of intensive care, so he would seem to be improving. But what do you make of this situation, Bruce?
Well, Todd, it seems to me to be a classic, what we call dram shop act. Mm-hmm. A dram shop is a case against the bar or establishment for knowingly serving a known alcoholic.
Okay.
So in this case, there was plenty of warning. The at-fault person had previously been what they referred to as flagged or shut off for being drunk.
Right.
And yet on this occasion, the bartender continued to serve him, even though a layperson observed that this guy was so drunk he tried to take his keys away.
Right.
So the bar or establishment that was serving the alcohol would be responsible for all the damages sustained by this poor motorcyclist.
Oh.
You know, his medical bills, which are gigantic,
mm-hmm.
for, you know, the ICU and surgery and all the other things he'll need, his pain and suffering in the past, his pain and suffering in the future. Looks like he's going to miss a lot of work. So there's a very large amount of damages that this poor person sustained because of a negligent bartender continuing to serve an obvious drunkard that had past experiences of being drunk at the same establishment.
Okay. I didn't realize that put them on the hook for all the damages, which is good news, of course, because it says here the at-fault driver only has minimum insurance, whereas an establishment, a bar, lounge, whatever, and I don't know which one it was, would probably have insurance that would cover something like this.
Yeah, we would hope so.
Boy, that could really go a long way to helping out in this situation. Like I say, really an awful way to start the new year, so hopefully better times are coming. That's good to know, but it's also one of those things you can't pick up the phone yourself and say, hey, I was injured. I want you to help pay my medical bills. You're going to need a professional on this.
Yeah, absolutely. The bar is going to fight them like with tooth and nail.
Yeah.
But a persistent, experienced personal injury lawyer will do good for that person.
I don't even remember what it was called. You said the Dram Shop? Is that what it is? The rule or something like that?
Yes, it's called the Dram Shop Act.
I gotcha. Okay. See, you need to know that kind of thing, and as a layperson, you wouldn't. So you got to get a professional, and sooner rather than later. Now, I understand that he's out of intensive care. He probably needs a family member's help with this, but today would be the day to get a hold of a legal professional.
Absolutely, Todd. That's a great idea.
Okay, Bruce. Well, thank you once again. Thank you for giving us part of your time while you're busy and on the road. And, of course, Happy New Year once again. We look forward to talking to you next week.
Okay. I do as well, Todd. Thank you.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen, Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. And once again, we appreciate his time. Now, if you would like to submit a question for future consideration, you can easily do that on our website. You just put the keyword Bruce in the keyword search box. It'll take you right where you need to go. If you'd like to find out more about a similar situation, maybe you've had something like this happen. You probably need immediate help, so call the Port Charlotte office of Associates and Bruce L. Scheiner, 941-743-7777. 941-743-7777. And tell them that Todd sent you from Kicks Country 92.9.